We finally have a trailer.
That we do, folks.
Wow.
It came out Saturday night.
Oh my god.
Friday morning for England, probably.
I think so. I think that's not how it works. Saturday morning in the UK, Saturday night for Australia.
For Australia, yeah.
Whoa!
Look at me getting my time zones wrong.
Look at us making these vids at bloody midnight on Saturday nights. Like we got nothing better to do, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It came out in the... I was in the cinema, and when I got out the cinema... It was like, trailer just dropped. And I was like, okay, let's go. And I waited like 30 minutes, drove home, sat down, watched it properly.
Yeah. So as always, we'd recorded our episode for the podcast for this week, like a day or two before the trailer came out. So you've had to wait this long to know what we think. I'm not going to say too much about it because I've made a trailer breakdown on the YouTube channel, which you should check out. We go through it shot by shot.
It was great. Considering
thanks.
You had little time and it was late, I think it was great.
Gee, thanks. I think the gin helped.
Yeah, I think the gin did help a little bit.
I was a bit silly in it.
It was. Yeah, I mean, I think none of us really expected it to come out then.
Yeah,
it just kind of did, and you're like, I'm on it.
I told Conor I'd get up at like 5 a.m. on Sunday morning to smash it out, thinking it would be up then.
We thought it would be then, yeah.
And then like mid-movie, I was watching a movie with my girlfriend, and yeah, it like dropped midway through, and I was like, fuck.
Let me just run down.
Yeah, we were like, we'll finish the movie and then I'll do it. I'm sorry if I don't know, I feel like I'm quite tired and I feel like it's showing already.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of showing as well.
Well, to hype you up.
Yeah.
To hype you up, you know what special episode it is today?
Oh my god.
It's Conor's birthday
Stevie
special.
Thank you. For the Stevie Wonder.
This episode's coming out on Conor's birthday. Say happy birthday, Conor.
Woo!
Happy birthday to Conor.
Yeah, I better tweet Hannah Conor saying happy birthday, otherwise you're not a fan.
Fake fan.
We're calling them out. Live on
fan.
air if they don't. Yeah, thank you for the lovely. Thank you, Stevie Wonder.
We're celebrating your birthday this, what would have been the Saturday just gone by the time this episode comes out.
Correct.
How are you feeling going into your birthday?
Well, I haven't thought about it at all because I've been doing my last course.
Yeah, it's
which
clean.
I finish tomorrow,
Slay.
hopefully. It'd be a bit awkward if I didn't because it's like half a graduation party, half a birthday party. So it'd be a bit awkward if I'm like, but I go back next week to do a little bit more work.
We'll focus on the birthday side if that's the case.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm feeling okay about it. I get a bit sentimental and sad around my birthday, but I don't think I've had a second to even think about it because this last course has been absolutely like...
A railing.
Like just horrendous. Horrendous.
Yeah.
It's just been non-stop fuckery.
Non-stop fuckery.
Yeah, so I haven't really had a chance to think about it, but good thing is tomorrow birthday celebrations start, and you know, I think I'm a bit more sound-minded going to my birthday this year. I'll be grateful. In the same like 3 days, I'll graduate and turn 24, and I got Perth Glory into the A-League final
on FIFA,
which by the way was so hard, and I'm kind of waiting to play the final because I'm like, well, if I lose it now, that was like a complete waste. It's a complete waste of time anyway.
So you're just going to keep putting it off forever?
I have to do it soon. I think maybe I'll do it tomorrow because, you know, that's 3 things in 3 days. Birthday, graduating, and winning the A-League as Perth Glory, which, again, took a lot of effort. So
yeah. Well... Coming up in the show, this is a chatty episode. We're not doing a review for once. Only the second time we've ever done an episode like this.
Chatty
this is
man.
a pre-show for the Power of the Doctor, basically. We're going to do all of our final theories and thoughts going into the episode. Just have a bit of a chat. I'm going to look a little bit back on Flux because I finished my rewatch of Flux.
Groovy. I love it.
And look, we're just here to have a... we can talk about the premiere that they've done. But we're here to have a good old time thinking about Power of the Doctor. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 50Doctor. Yep. You can follow us on YouTube at the 50% Doctor Who Podcast YouTube channel. We finally hit that 200 milestone, aiming for, could we do 500 by the end of the year?
So what's that, another 290...
Like 290 something, yeah. Which, possible.
It's not impossible.
Possible, who knows? But yeah, let's push that. So if you are listening on an audio platform, jump over to the YouTube, subscribe. You can see our lovely face, and you get bonus content over there. And if you're watching us for the first time, like, comment, subscribe, do that thing, do the algorithm thing. That's what we like.
It helps.
Mm-hmm.
It really do help.
It do help. Anyways, this is the 50% Doctor Who podcast, birthday edition for Conor.
50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50%. Podcast. It was really nice to wake up and have 200. It was a really good... I thought it was going to happen last night, but then I woke up today and it was past 200 and yeah, no, it's a lovely feeling. I'm going to, on my birthday, like, if you want to give me a present, subscribe to the 50% podcast.
You always do a speech at your birthday, don't you?
I do. My notorious speeches.
Where you just quote...
I quoted the 12th Doctor last time I did. I quoted Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
I've done one every time. Yeah, 18th, my 18th, my 19th, and my 22nd. So yeah, and don't worry, Aidan. The fourth annual birthday speech is coming.
Well, this is the third annual birthday special for Conor, so that's cool.
For the show?
For the show, yeah. Really? The third time we've done a birthday episode for you on the show. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
We've been doing this a while.
Too long.
Yeah,
that's why we're fed up today.
Is that... wow.
On the note of your birthday, present time. We got presents. Oh, wow. You're getting your presents today.
Yeah.
You're getting them early. Wow. Okay. I'm going to give them out one at a time.
Okay. Do I close my eyes or something?
No, I'm just going to pull them up from a hiding place.
Okay, do I look over there or?
You keep looking where you're at right now.
Alright. I don't know what's going on, folks.
One at a time. Okay.
Alright.
And if you're a Doctor Who person and you're like, I am only here for the Doctor Who content. Well, don't worry.
I don't care about this man's birthday.
This is gorgeous Doctor Who content as well.
Okay.
Here's present number 1.
You actually wrapped it. That's so cute.
Yeah, very, very quickly.
This feels like a beer.
What could it be? Oh, who knows? What on earth? What on God's green earth could it be?
That's so cool.
Have you open it on that side?
Fuck, that's sick.
Hey.
It's a Doctor Who podcast Stein.
Yes, it's a beer mug engraved.
Is this the thing that you had waiting for
custom made? No, that's the thing for me. That's still not here.
Not come yet.
No, but it got shipped the other day. But no, this
that is so cool.
Yeah, we'll put a photo on the screen, so we'll make sure we take a photo.
Thank you so much.
No, you're cool.
That's sick.
I thought you'd do beers on the show. You might want to drink out of a 50% beer.
Did you wash this?
No.
Okay, I'll probably still have a drink out of it.
Yeah, why not? You've done dirtier.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. Let's get gift number 2.
Okay, alright, wow. I'm being sport today, folks. Alright.
Bang.
Oh, it's a vinyl.
Oh, what familiar shape is this?
Is it a vinyl?
Could be.
I love the different wrapping paper.
Yeah, I ran out of wrapping paper, so you got combined wrapping paper here.
I love it.
What could it be? What on earth? What on God's great earth could it be? Look at that face. How? Well, it's not the black vinyl, it's the orange vinyl one, but it's still the what is it, Conor?
How did you find this?
Online. You might want to read out what it is.
It's the OST season 1 and 2
on vinyl. Incredible. After a long attempt of Conor trying to get it, you can finally cancel your sanity order.
I can cancel my sanity order. Did you talk to Kim about this? Because I kept bugging her on the weekend, being like, "I know you've got me the season 1 and 2 OST." Did you talk to her about that?
So basically, what happened was she messaged me about a week ago.
Yeah,
and she said, I've bought Conor the series 1 and 2 OST on vinyl," and I said, "Oh fuck, I've already got him it."
Oh my god.
We were like, "Oh fuck, you almost got 2 for a hot second there."
Well, 3 if mine came from sanity.
Imagine if that all happened around your birthday. You got 3 of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thank
there you go.
So much.
No, you're cool.
You know how long I've wanted this.
I do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I saw a link come up online, and it was very coincidental. I actually wasn't looking for it, and I saw it come up, and instantly I was like, "Got to do it."
Wow. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You know how long I've wanted this? This is the perfect gift.
I know.
So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That is incredibly kind.
You can listen to songs such as Harriet Jones, Prime Minister, Song for 10, performed by Neil Hannon.
They all slap.
The Face of Beau, Unit, Madame de Pompadour, Doctor Who theme, Love Don't Roam, performed by Neil Hannon. How good.
That is... I mean, you couldn't have gotten a better present, to be honest. These are awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Hope you get some good usage.
Thank you.
Why did you think your girlfriend had bought you it? How did you know?
Well, because she's so easy to read, and I always guess what she gets me.
Yeah.
Like, it's this weird thing where I can just guess what she's got me. And I was like, you know, she knows how much I wanted this, and I was like, you know, you must have gotten me here, because like I know she tried, and this is before they did the repress, so it was a lot harder to find. And I was like, you know, surely you got me that. I didn't expect you to have it.
Ta-da.
I was like, she'll probably have it.
And
so
they all came within the last couple of days as well, so it all kind of came together very nicely.
This is amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now you can listen to those certified bangers.
This is sick. The custom made with
you know,
the TARDIS on it.
So yeah,
lovely.
on the image for our audio listeners, it's got the title of the podcast and a little TARDIS. So I sent in the little TARDIS logo, and then I just wrote in text. It was like, what do you want in the small text? And I put the 50%. Big text, Doctor Who, and then like more small text, podcast. And then I don't know what they did, but they've made it exactly like it is on our Spotify logo.
Yeah, literally. Oh, so they
must have like Googled
did they
it
Google
and
us?
looked at how it looks, I reckon.
I was going to say, this is exactly the same.
It's exactly like, it
actually
literally
is
looks like merch.
Yeah, it literally is. It literally is. I was going to say, like, did you send in just the logo? But like, that is quality. That's
good.
This really means so much to me.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's very kind of you.
What did you think of the Power of the Doctor trailer? That was a sudden curveball, change of subject, but
I think as I was already excited for it, I think it really just kind of pushed that excitement a bit more further.
cool. Because when we were
It's just
messaging,
good, you know.
when we were messaging, you seemed a little hesitant about it.
I don't want to get too excited, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's what I was trying to say. I think I explained it badly to you. I don't want to get too excited because, you know, I don't want to be disappointed. Because I feel like as an episode, I'm glad it's 90 minutes. For one, because it's really cool. It's movie length. It's really cool we're getting a 90-minute special. But also I think it really needs it. Because there's a lot to do. And there's a lot of characters in it. And there's a lot of villains in it. So I'm a little bit worried. But I think as much as I've just enjoyed like Doctor Who for the past year, apart from Legend of the Sea Devils, which is like one episode out of seven?
Like
eight have come
Flux?
out.
Since
Eight
Flux,
have come out, and I've enjoyed 7 of them.
Yeah.
And a good 4 of them I've like loved.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think it looks like it kind of has that similar like writing and pace into Flux, where it doesn't sit still for 1 second.
It's just like everything at once.
Yeah, literally. So
yeah,
I think the trailer was really good. It seemed to really intrigue. It didn't give away too much. It seemed like it showed a lot, but it also didn't give away anything at the same time. And you know, what a trailer should do.
We also got a really stunning poster as well, which was nice to see.
I love a poster companion piece.
It's a good poster, isn't it?
It's really nice.
It looks like, you know, kind of similar to like the Day of the Doctor style poster.
Yes,
I feel.
yes.
And it's very cool. Like the first promo image of Jodie we got, she's like in the exact same stance for the second one. I don't know whether that was intentional or not.
Right.
But she's in like that 1 foot forward kind of thing, like from
you
know, that original costume reveal.
First costume reveal, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny? Speaking of Day of the Doctor, they mentioned in the trailer about the paintings going missing, and when I heard paintings,
very reminiscent.
I instantly thought, and there's a shot of Ace in like a gallery, and it reminded me of a shot from Day of the Doctor as well. So I was getting mad vibes. Here's a good thing as well. I feel like we don't know what is going on. We know, like, I think they mentioned like a few scientists have gone missing and paintings have gone missing, which literally could mean anything. And it really is like kind of just. It's intrigued me a lot, but I don't want to get too excited. But I'm so happy that it's so close, because
it is so close.
It's going to be. I feel like it's just going to be a wild ride, regardless if like I like it or not. I think it's just going to be so interesting to see like what they have in store for us.
Well, we're going to get onto some theories and stuff very soon.
I'd love to.
That's sort of the main thing we're doing this episode. But yeah, let's talk about that press screening that we were invited to. Yeah,
we would have been if we were in the UK. I saw well, not quite a lot, but I saw a couple Doctor Who YouTubers got invited.
Yeah, they're like huge dogs though. Like
the huge dogs,
the Purple Doctor, because he does work for Big Finish as well now.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, he's a producer at Big Finish, I think, or a writer, or one of those.
Charlie.
Things. Yeah, he's done well for himself.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyway, so they had this press screening, which was apparently really good. The photos I saw just from the environment of like, you know, the red carpet or whatever, like all them press photos that came out of all the actors was so cool to see all of them together. And then, you know, they have like Cybermen walking around,
There's
some
a few Daleks,
costumes, and props and stuff around, which is awesome. And then obviously no one can say a single thing about this episode because it's embargoed until, well, I'd say it's probably embargoed until the 23rd at 7:30. We have a release time as well now. But one thing... Fuck, this is how tired I am. My sentence that I was saying has just disappeared in my head.
Aidan has gone and...
I'm gonski,
gone
man.
and lost it.
I've got lost. No, but yeah, with embargoes, because sometimes, you know, you can still do a spoiler-free review. So
weird.
I'm curious...
You can do that, yeah.
I'm curious if maybe like 3 days or a week out, we might get like a spoiler-free embargo lifted or something. And but yeah, who knows? It was cool to see this press screening because it kind of came out of nowhere.
It did. I was pleasantly surprised to see they had one.
It was very nice. It was like we're finally doing something for Jodie, which was great because it has been a slow marketing year for Doctor Who.
Yeah, no, it was really nice, and from all the photos, it actually just looked like a generally good time. It just really did. And I was actually kind of shocked. Like normally when they do these kinds of things, there is always that person who like doesn't follow the rules.
Yeah,
but I couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
Like, I could not find a single drop of like anything.
I was like scrolling through Twitter like, come on, show me something. But then also I was like, don't show me.
I was like, I don't want to. Oh, here's the cool thing. They didn't show the regeneration.
Yeah, I was just about to get to that. So they only showed 80 minutes of it. So there's 10 minutes that weren't showed.
Faded and they're like, okay, and then tune in on the 23rd October.
Maybe. Probably would have.
Because it would have been quite maybe abrupt. Like,
well, the other thing that I wanted to say about this premiere was apparently, and this is just like, anyone could have said this on Twitter. I'm not sure where exactly this came from, but a lot of people have said this.
Yeah.
Is that apparently a lot of the media was already crying by the point that it came to an end. So without even the regeneration scene, apparently it had people in tears.
Yeah, so I wonder if they know how... Well, the reason why she's going to regenerate.
They probably would, I can imagine. I think it's just the main scene because they don't want to reveal... Either it's David
the DT,
or they don't want to, or Shooty or whatever's going on there.
Yeah, lucky ducks actually. But no, it actually did just look like a good vibe, and it was really nice to see. And even like just like the reaction from the fans, it seems like everyone seems to be for 5 minutes in a nice place of it.
It does, right? Yeah,
I think we're already ready for this episode. And I mean, I know we'll be up at the crack of dawn to watch it because I'm honestly so excited for it now, and I'm so glad it's not that far away. Yeah.
So next week's episode is going to be our Power of the Doctor review.
See, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that kind of blows my mind actually. That just shows how close it is. The next episode you guys are getting is our actual review for it.
And so depending on the time of day, Conor and I were talking about like if we. You know, depending on if we're working and stuff like that, we might be able to record a little bit earlier, but most likely it'll probably be, you know, our episodes always come out on Mondays, but next week it might come out slightly later on a Monday. Just depends on when we get time to record it, because we might end up recording it at like 5 p.m. on a Monday night or something.
That's what happened with Flux.
Yeah, but hopefully we can maybe record it a bit earlier, but we don't know.
Yeah, work might be a little bit more flexible now that I will be fully qualified, so you know it might be possible now. I mean, I wanted to take more time off anyway to do YouTube work. Yeah. So hopefully I can do that. But
would be cool. But yeah,
it's really cool.
So if our episode is a little bit late next week, that's why we're bringing you a Power of the Doctor review as soon as we can.
But even our who shows ABC shows Doctor Who in Australia, they even posted on Twitter today like a really nice post about like how you can watch the episode. It's like it actually has a set air day at like 7:30 on ABC One, but also it's like you can watch it on the like the catch up app basically. Which is like
ABC iView, like
ABC iPlayer, which is like iPlayer.
Yeah.
So you can watch it on the app, or you can wait for it to air. So we'll be hopping on. Quick and smart,
straight on
to watch it. Which is, by the way, bro. Like, I need to not look at my phone because I have so many. I have all Doctor Who on alerts for the show, and like I just know some fucking thing is gonna pop up. So for like 90 minutes, my phone is like in the corner. Yeah, like, I'm not looking at it. Like, I don't
especially
want anything.
Like first thing in the morning as well.
Yeah,
like which is obviously a good thing because it means we won't be checking our phone throughout the day and stuff. We're lucky that we have the chance to watch it. online first.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely like we just got to make sure we are there. I don't want anything spoiled. I remember like on Instagram, when Once Upon Time came out.
Yeah.
I was scrolling down Instagram, but I was like, the moment I see like Doctor Who or any of like those characters or actors, I was like, I'm not going to scroll any further than that. And same with like looking through stories, I'm not going to look at a story of someone from Doctor Who. And then I clicked on Joe Martin's story for no fucking reason. I don't know why. And the first thing I see was her being like, "I'm back," and I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, so you got that spot. We both got the Legend of the Sea Devils reveal. Well, they released at the end of the trailer that they were in it.
Yes.
They were going to be in the next episode. That got spoiled for me. It's like, Legend of the Sea Devils next time trailer, there's a sea devil in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, there's nothing hiding now. That's what it is. That would have been a really cool little thing to get at the end of Eve of Darts. But yeah, I can just tell the BBC will upload a video saying like, Jodie Whittaker regenerates into David Tennant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck!
I just
want to experience that in the flesh, like just watching it. I just want to experience that. Whatever it's going to be, it might not even be DT.
Yeah.
But, it might even be Shooty. It might be nothing.
I got to experience it's funny that the next time trailers are the things that we remember the most.
Yeah.
The Kate Stewart reveal in the episode 4 next time, I experienced live.
Like, what?
And then as well as Aidan Tegan being back, I didn't get that spoiled for me. I watched that and was like, whoa.
Me either, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. One cool thing at this Power Doctor premiere, I think they had some drinks and stuff going around, and I saw they had a gin. I love a gin.
Aidan loves his gin.
It looked like a pink gin, and it had like a name next to it, and it was called the Regeneration.
I love it.
Get it?
No wonder no one was crying. They're all pissed. Yeah. Just crying.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they did a bit of a Q&A after the episode as well, so I'm sure once the episode comes out, we'll get all sorts of great interviews coming out from the press, which will be an exciting time, and I can't wait to see what happens. There was also a tease. I'm not sure where this came from, but there was a tease from one of the guys at Doctor Who magazine saying that the next issue of Doctor Who magazine is going to start a whole new era, something unprecedented in Doctor Who magazine history. Yeah. So this is all adding more to the hype of like this whole 60th anniversary stuff, right? Like what's happening when Jodie regenerates? What are we going to see in those last 5 minutes that's going to lead us into the 60th?
Yeah, what will we see and what will we not see?
Yeah.
There you go, folks. The Stein's being used.
There we go.
We have Chris Chibnall on quote saying that like he feels like the episode leads into the next era in a smooth way.
Leads into the 60th. Yeah,
into the 60th. So
I think that's going to be the fact that obviously Aidan Tegan in it and maybe some other faces as well, which we'll get into shortly in our theories. But yeah, I reckon it sounded to me like it was already made. Yeah. And he was like, oh, this kind of does work for a 60th thing as well. Yeah. Like, I don't think it's like he set up exactly what Russell wanted to do.
That's the thing, like, it's funny, like, everyone now wants to instantly assume they reshot something. Well, added something, sorry. But you're right, it literally could be like, hey, this unintentionally does kind of maybe connect to the 60th, you know.
I reckon they wouldn't have faded to black for the press screening if there wasn't anything.
Oh look, I'm really glad that there is something juicy at the end. Believe me, but what was that?
That was my phone beeping. So
yeah, no, I'm actually really glad that.
LinkedIn,
but like, you know, LinkedIn. It's time to get back on LinkedIn. Yeah, no, I agree. I think there must be something. I know they do it in movies as well. Like, I know it's cringe talking about Marvel, but I know sometimes they don't play the end credits and stuff because it reveals characters. So they could be doing that with DT. He's a character.
Yeah, he is a character. He's an actor. Yeah, there's something fishy going on there. Anyways, just quickly, revisiting Flux. I really liked it the whole way through. Vanquishers is pretty garbage, but it's still energetic.
So you still hate the Vanquishers, Aidan?
Yeah, I think it starts off okay, but then the pacing, you know, it's just so much, and like there's like scenes that are like one sentence that should be so much more than that. Like Dan, Rose, and Vinda are looking at Carvanista, who's sad, and Dan goes, they're saying that his whole species was wiped out, and then it's a shot of Carvanista being sad, and then it like cuts to Jodie being like, all right guys, we gotta go do this, and it's like, what? Like, take a chill pill, you know?
I will kind of miss Chibnall's like bizarre writing.
Just erratic.
Dude, I will kind of miss it. Like, it's just kind of like especially watching Broadchurch. Like we're now in season 3. I'm rewatching it. I can notice his writing patterns.
Yeah, really.
Like I really can, especially in season 2. I'm like, okay, like season 2 kind of feels a bit half baked.
Yeah,
especially with like the B plot line, it kind of feels like really undeveloped. And I'm like, I can kind of see the old the crack show, but I will miss his just bizarre writing.
Yeah, I think, and I really don't want to stay on this for too long because I want this to be a positive, looking forward for Power of the Doctor kind of thing. But the one thing that I sort of pinpointed, the best word to describe my more negative side towards this era is that so much of it just feels kind of awkward. You know, like just like awkward lines, a couple of awkward line deliveries. Yeah, some scenes that just feel awkward. But anyways, let's move on from that very quickly. But yeah, I think Flux is really fun. Even though the finale I think is a bit, I still think it's really fun the whole way through. So
you're leaving the specials? You're not gonna?
Yeah, I'll wait till I get that tasty steelbook, which has just been announced.
That's right, we did that last week.
I don't think that was announced last week.
No, you said that you were gonna wait for.
But there's beautiful artwork for that steelbook now, and it looks so good. It looks like a lollipop.
I saw Josh watching it last night, and then I know you have watched Flux, and it's kind of hard to hold back. I want to kind of watch it, but I just don't know if I'll do it, because I kind of want to wait to get to the point where I've watched 11 and 12 and then watch Flux. But even Josh just ran me chucking up that screenshot of like Joe Martin.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, that's a cool scene.
It's a very cool scene.
I can admit it. I like a bit of Jodie's era.
Oh, are you sure?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Is that weird to say?
No. I think you're allowed to have an opinion. Would you like some Power of the Doctor theories?
Gone.
Shall we move into some theories time? Gone. Wow. Okay, so.
Gone. Hit me with them.
In Power of the Doctor.
I love theories. I love theorizing.
Theory who?
Theories? Oh, is that our segment? Theory who?
Theory who? Theory who? Okay, so I don't know if you've noticed, Connor, but throughout the trailer, we only ever see Dan in his spacesuit. We don't see Dan outside of that spacesuit. In every single promotional picture, he is in this spacesuit. We all sort of think that the spacesuit or the train is kind of early on in the episode.
Yeah.
I think that kind of makes sense, the way that it all looks in the trailer. Do you think that Dan is going to make it off of that space train alive?
All right, two things.
He's got a bullet hole in his helmet as well, remember?
Wow. Well, two things. Number one, I did see they released some pictures maybe like an hour before you came to pick me up, and there is one of Dan in normal clothes, but people are theorizing that... Well, no, because people are theorizing that might be the start of the episode when like they're like... It kind of looks like she's dropping Dan off, and then they might be like, oh, where you go here? Want to come? And then he jumps back in.
I'm going to look at this whilst you're talking.
Yeah, you can have a look. I don't know where you'll find it. I don't think the official Doctor Who page put it, but you'll find it. And then the only other thing as well is I know that John Bishop filmed scenes with David Bradley.
Right, of course. Yes, I actually had that exact same thought the other night, actually. I instantly forgot.
Yeah, so they did film scenes together for we assume a farewell.
But not David Bradley, Bradley Walsh.
Bro, you know how many times I fucking did that? Did you see it?
No, I couldn't find it. But.
It's not much. It's just like, but they are in normal clothes, and it kind of looks like, and it's in the daytime, so it kind of looks like they like maybe possibly going to drop him off, and then she like whisks him back into an adventure. But yeah, so what? Dan dies.
That's the theory. Dan. And just the way that all this marketing is happening, I'm kind of thinking it could happen. I don't know if he's developed enough that killing him off in like the first 5 minutes is like Infinity War, right? They killed off Loki 5 minutes in. That was a huge thing to be like, well, Thanos means business, right? That's a great way to start it, like kill off a big character. But it's like, I don't know if killing off Dan, what's the point of being alive? I don't know if that's the way to go. They did.
He's dead now.
That's his last words.
Yeah. What's the point of being alive?
What's the point
dies.
of being alive?
Maybe he just like maybe behind the scenes he was just like Bradley Walsh
Yes, Bradley Walsh.
Yeah, fucking hell.
I almost corrected you and said David Bradley.
David Bradley's the first Doctor.
Yes,
yeah. My bad. No, I was saying like maybe he like was just like still filming some scenes and they could only get David in on that day, and he was like,
"What? You talking
Bradley?
About Bradley
Maybe
Walsh?
They could have only gotten Bradley Walsh on like a certain day, and John Bishop was still filming scenes, and they were like just hanging out on set.
Maybe
they're probably mates. So
we don't know.
Am I pushing it too far? I feel like I am. I feel like that's not the case at all. I think maybe they filmed this scene together.
I reckon they filmed a scene together.
You know what really upsets me? I want to see Toast and Cole come back as Ryan to say goodbye.
Yeah, well, look, I won't be
Ryan
mad.
couldn't make it.
Connor, I won't be mad if that doesn't happen.
I know you hate Ryan, but
I think there's got to be a reference.
There will be. It's like, sorry, Dot, Ryan couldn't make it.
But he sent this YouTube video of him, and then he'll be like,
proper special.
Hi, Doc. I'm off in. Sorry, I'm giving him too much character in my voice acting here. Hi, Doc. I'm here.
I heard you're dying.
I'm here. I'm riding my bike. I threw a ball in the hoop. My character arc is done.
I heard
Thanks,
you're dying, Doc.
Heard you dying.
Don't go.
I'm sorry to hear that, Doc.
I'm sorry to hear that, Doc. Do you know what I hear people?
That's so mean. I'm
people
sorry.
defend that fucking performance so much.
They can. They're entitled to do that.
It's kind of weird though. I kind of just love how like monotone it is.
Yeah, it is like. I remember his first episode. I was kind of like, okay, like this is a thing. I don't know. Yeah, I've never been a big Ryan fan.
But what?
He's definitely my least
How
favorite
many
companion.
people did they audition? That's what I want to know.
Toast and Cole.
And then they went, "This is the man we want."
Well, no, but I think Toast and Cole's a good actor. I just
like
think
Toast and Cole. I follow him on Instagram. He's a good guy, but I'm like, did he really fit that character?
Yeah, I just think
I don't think so.
I don't know whether it's the character or if it's him. There's just something.
Yeah, I like Toast, and I love his Force Awakens cameo.
Yeah, we love that. So will Dan die? Yes or no?
Mm-mm.
No Dan death? I don't think so either.
Nah, man, he's gonna walk off in the sunset with Diane.
Yeah, I think so. I think him and Diane, they're going to have their lovely date together.
Well, they had that little scene at the end of Legend of Sea Devils,
Correct.
which will probably lead into something.
Yeah, like sets up their ending.
They
right?
might even be dating by the time the episode starts.
Hold on a second. Is Chibnall foreshadowing here? You know what they call Diane? Die.
And
That's her nickname. Die. Maybe John Bishop
is there
dies.
no happy endings in Doctor Who ever in your world?
The thing is, like, a lot of people have been like, "Yeah, I want a character death." But I'm like, I want less character deaths in Doctor Who. Like, I love like emotional endings. They don't have to be character deaths because
someone is dying. Jodie.
Jodie is, yeah, but like the thing is, with so many characters in the revival series, so many of them have died, or like Rose, where it's like she's locked off and they've already done the bring her back thing, and they've brought her back without bringing her back in 50th as well. Like so many characters they just can't bring back because they are dead. And I think there's something amazing about Martha because it feels like she could come back in the Russell T Davies era. But like things like Amy and Rory, yeah, we could go back to like New York in the 20s or 40s whenever they got sent. But we're never gonna see them like in a big crossover with all the characters, and like Clara is pretty much a permanent death as well. It's like, you know, there's obviously loopholes around all these things to bring these characters back,
like Donna and stuff. 'Cause the whole thing about her mind.
Yeah, but still,
burning, like,
still she's there and alive, and there is a way back to it.
Yeah.
But I think in particular Moffat's era, there was just really concrete endings to each character,
Yeah,
which
pretty much. That's true.
I don't hate, but I'm also keen to have some characters that maybe they can come back in the future. It's a shame I don't really want Ryan to come back in the future. But
Well, you're lucky he was busy filming something.
I'd love to see Yaz,
He couldn't do it.
Dan, Graham, all that gang coming back in the future.
Yeah, so I think will Dan Diane? No.
I agree. No doubt.
I don't think he'll die. But
no,
if he does,
Yaz.
I'll be shocked.
What about Yasmin
Yaz?
Khan? Because we all forget that this is also Yaz, who's been in the TARDIS the same time as Jodie.
Dude, that's a long... I was thinking that the other day.
It's insane,
That's
right?
a long time.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. I kind of like that. But so it's also a big ending for her, and Chibnall mentioned that in his interview in the latest Doctor Who magazine, which just came out. Will Yaz die, Connor?
No, I think how Jodie's going to regenerate. Personally, I think she'll save Yaz.
I agree.
So I think she is about to die, and I think the Doctor will save Yaz. And I think, was it you who said this kind of theory where like she leaves Yaz because she doesn't want Yaz, because the doctor knows what's going to happen, which I think is why she goes to the cliff top, which is heavily rumored. I think she goes there by herself because she doesn't want Yaz to see her become someone else.
But I think that's also conveying the wrong message. Because the whole thing of love, right, is like you're meant to love them no matter what they look like and things. So I think that kind of sends the wrong message. But what I could see happening is Doctor, any situation, the Doctor's about to die, right? Let's just say in this situation, the Master is about to shoot the Doctor, right?
Yeah.
Yaz jumps in front, takes the bullet, right? And so Yaz has like gone out of her way, got killed. And the Doctor, maybe she uses her regeneration ability to bring her back to life and then has to regenerate herself. And then she sort of says like, you can't be putting yourself on the line for me anymore. Like, you need to go your separate way. A long time ago, Mandip Gill said in an interview that she feels like Yaz isn't... people will understand why Yaz needs to leave the Doctor or something like that. Like that. She said... what did she say? It was a really good quote, but it was sort of one of those things where it might not have been what Yaz wanted, but it's what she needed kind of thing, which is the best ending. Mr. Robot has the best. There's these two characters. One of them wants something, but needs another thing, and another character. So like this one chick wants... fuck, this is too long of a story. Watch Mr. Robot. It's incredible.
That is actually probably next on my list.
Good. You should watch it. It is so good.
Yeah, I do want to watch that.
This character ending is like...
Rami.
The characters didn't get what they wanted, but they got what they needed, which was what the other person wanted.
So that's a Yaz thing.
I think it's like Yaz wants to keep traveling with the Doctor. She tries to sacrifice herself for the Doctor, gets killed, but the Doctor's like, you don't have the power of the Doctor. So you can't regenerate. You can't be putting yourself on the line for me anymore. Like, you need to live your own life.
And considering the only Yaz line in the trailer is her telling the Doctor that she doesn't want it to end. So she clearly is still, wanting to stay with her and traveling. So I think the whole regeneration has something to do with the whole Famsim stuff. Am I saying that right? Phasmin?
I only just found out where that came from. Phasmin.
What, the Doctor and Yasmin?
Well, I always thought it was the Doctor and Yasmin, and that's what Phasmin means. The Doctor and Yasmin.
It does, doesn't it?
No.
What does it mean?
It's not. Doctor Who magazine corrected this for me.
Okay.
Because I always thought Phasmin, like you're putting the and Yasmin together to make Phasmin. Is 13 and Yasmin.
Oh.
Phasmin.
Okay, fuck.
Yeah, makes a lot more sense. That's way better. I'm more on board with that as a ship
But
title.
isn't technically, according to Chibnall's logic, she isn't the 13th Doctor?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Well, she's not technically.
How's that Chibnall? Oh, because like there's a million Doctors.
Yeah.
Conor, we're not going down Timeless Child, right?
Well, look, I'm just saying that doesn't really make sense.
Do we think we'll get more Timeless Child things? Because there is so much content in this episode already.
There has to be.
You think we will?
Well, this is what I mean by I think there's a bit too much going on. But we got the 90 minutes, so
that's giving me hope.
I think they have to. I mean, how can they not? It seems like such a. I mean, what in Jodie's second episode, the Ghost Monument, the Timeless Child gets mentioned. Like it's been there since the beginning.
Episode 2, baby.
And they've got to mention it, even if it is just the Master. In the end, and the Master's like, "Got ya." Idiot.
Been pranked.
You fell for that. Like, yeah, they have to. Well, she threw the watch into the TARDIS, so...
Yeah, I think...
she's just going to go and...
after rewatching Flux, that ending really does, like, lead you to think there's going to be more Timeless Child stuff, or we're going to see what's in that fog watch, because...
well, it has to be.
Because she's like...
it simply cannot get unresolved.
She drops into the TARDIS and she goes, send this somewhere that I can never, ever find. Like, no matter how hard I try and find.
Oh, so and
then she goes...
she'll have to go and find it in
and then she goes, unless I really need it. So... yeah, I reckon that watch is going to come back in Time of the Doctor. Time of the Doctor, Power of the Doctor.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I reckon we'll get Timeless Child content. Not huge, but I reckon we'll get a conclusion.
But to answer your question about Yaz dying, I think that's more likely than Dan, definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a good theory you had there, though, about... I could actually see that happening.
I agree. Yeah. And that could explain why people were crying in the audience, because Yaz is dying, and maybe the Doctor's crying, and she's like, no, don't. Like, let's...
I don't know if I'd cry if Yaz dies, but I'm glad people
I really like Yaz.
I know you do. I'm more of a Ryan Sinclair guy. Nah, I prefer Dan over anyone.
No, but like Dan's fun and wholesome, but like, I don't know. 4 years of Yaz. I'd be sad to see her die. They released all these special promo images at the premiere that they've not actually been released online, but they were on like big frames at the premiere. And they were all like normal, and then Yaz is crying in hers.
Really?
So what's going on there?
What's that saying about like 3-day-old fish, like, and it starts to smell? Like, you know how someone overstays their welcome a little bit?
Is that how you feel with Yaz?
Well, look, I even felt that way about Clara. I thought Clara stayed too long, and I simp Clara, so don't go throwing the card at me about Yaz.
You just hate Yaz. That's it. Confirmed.
I don't. I'm more intrigued to see how they resolve it rather than me having emotional connections to these characters, because to be honest with you, I don't really. But I'm more intrigued to see. I'm glad you do. That's good.
I think that's what rewatching Flux really did for me. It really made me like enjoy this era and made me be like, I'm actually sad to see this end. I'm genuinely really sad to see Jodie's last.
I'm really glad you
episode.
had that, because I feel like I don't.
Yeah, no, fair.
So I'm actually really glad you do.
I could if the guns swell in the music, if Jodie and Mandip have some killer performances in there, which I'm sure they do. I could see myself shedding a tear in this finale.
I hope. Look, I hope to be proven wrong. I know. I can kind of like. How I react to the episode on the day emotionally would be like a flip of a coin. Like, you know, I think, could I get upset about it? Yes, but like, you know, I haven't really felt a connection to these characters, but I am very interested. I know people were kind of like going nuts online to see, there was a promo image of the Doctor stand with Ace and Tegan, and it was like the emotion of how... I'm very interested to see that, like what kind of conversation they'll have after not seeing each other for... 30, 20 years for them or something like that.
Well, I'm interested with... So Sophie Alger wrote a book a couple of years ago called At Childhood's End, which I've been wanting to read, but I'm holding off because it's her meeting the 13th Doctor in that book.
Right.
And I'm holding off reading it until I find out if it's still canon or not. I know that's like a dumb excuse, but...
Right.
Yeah, because
they might be like, we met before or something.
Yeah, but if they play it off like they've not seen each other in forever, which I think there's a line in the trailer that kind of implies that.
It. Yeah, they say just because I haven't seen
the
Doctor in this many years. Yeah.
So I'm curious what route that's going to go. I'd like to see them keep it canon, especially because Sophie Aldred wrote that recently. Okay. And then also Sophie Aldred was asked what she wanted to do in the centenary, and I feel like one of the number one things she would probably say is like, "I wrote this book. Can we make sure we're still following that?"
Do you know what I think could be a really cool thing they do?
Tell me.
So there's nothing canon explaining or showing how the Seventh Doctor and Ace parted ways.
No.
There is, but didn't you say there's a comic book or something? There's something.
There's like multiple different versions of how they, like, she dies in one. There's loads of different ways that happens.
So I wonder if like maybe we could get a Sylvester, because there's been rumors for a while that Sylvester's in it. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if we could get like an older Sylvester in his costume.
Yeah.
Finally giving that farewell to Ace. Maybe they just like, maybe he like left one day. It was because it was just for the Time War. So maybe he like left for the Time War, and like then the movie happened.
Well, it depends.
And then, you know.
Yeah, we don't know, because the movie's obviously set quite a bit before the Time War as well. And Sylvester's quite old in the movie. Yeah. We don't know how long in the TV show timeline Ace is going to have stuck with him. But that's a really good theory. I think it'll be... I don't know if we'll see that.
Yeah, I don't think we will, but it'd be cool to see it.
It'll be nice for them to have a conversation about that. Yeah. Like, she's like, last time you saw me...
Or even refer to it like that, yeah.
Yeah, like there's just a conversation about it. I think will be cool.
Like, you said you'd come back or something, and you never did. Yeah.
I've always thought Aidan for spin-off showrunner idea. Dumb title, Ace Adventures, whatever you want to call it, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like Ace. It's similar vein to Sarah Jane Adventures, right? Yeah. But like, I was always thinking that Ace's arc could be that she's not been able to let go of the Doctor because she was so young when she met him. It's like Amelia Pond, like she's infatuated with this character. And it would be great to see her older and still really focus on trying to live that same lifestyle with the hope that she'll run into the Doctor again. And then I was sort of like, the first season is her letting go of the Doctor. But then the plot twist is that when they're all screwed in the finale, like Paul McGann's Doctor rocks up, just so we can get some Paul McGann content, and he's right after Sylvester. But yeah,
probably not the one you're expecting.
Paul McGann's Doctor rocks up, saves them, And then like at the end, he's like, "What do you say? Want to go for some adventures?" And then she's at this thing where she's just got herself to be over him, and she has to have that internal challenge of like, it's like the ultimate test. Like every good character arc in the final act of a story should give you like the ultimate test, right? Where you're like, have I learnt that information? Like Finding Nemo, it's about Marlin letting go of Nemo, but at the end, Dory gets sucked up in the big net thing, and Nemo's like, I need to go save her, and Marlin has to let Nemo go to do that. So it's always good to have that like ultimate test at the end.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be a great thing to see if she would go off with the Doctor or whether she'd stay with the kids on Earth and protect Earth and do their own thing.
2 things. Number 1, Finding Nemo slaps.
So good.
Amazing
film. I'm glad you got that from that.
Honestly, fucking amazing film. Secondly, I wonder if they'll go for a kind of like Sarah Jane 10th Doctor vibe, where they address a lot of the stuff that happened with Tom Baker's Doctor, with Tennant, and like they, she's like, you are the same person, so I'm gonna like say to you, why did you leave me?
Yeah.
I wonder if because if Sylvester isn't in it, I wonder if Ace will ask Jodie's Doctor said questions, as in like, oh, you left me, or like, what was the deal with that? You never came back or something. Like,
yeah, it'd be interesting.
That could be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'd be keen to see that kind of thing. I'm interested because I think
so much to look forward to.
It's pretty obvious from the trailer that it looks like they're going to be recruited by UNIT, or they're going to go to UNIT with some information. But at least for like maybe half the episode, it's going to be them working with UNIT, I think.
Yeah.
So we know that they do meet Jodie, because there's pictures of that. I'm curious, like, how much involvement they're going to get with the Doctor. I feel like there's going to be a lot in the back half of the episode, but I think the first half, they're probably going to be quite separated. But, yeah, build up to that hype of the meeting,
Yeah, well, UNIT's got, like they always say, they've always got the backlogs. They got the records of all the previous companions, so they would work with them. And we keep going back to that photo of Ace, and I saw more photos today of her in that cave almost. It kind of looks like the cave from Flux. I don't know if it is, but it kind of looks like kind of like cavey place from Flux.
The cavey place?
Where the mole was like doing his digging and stuff.
Oh, the tunnels.
Yeah,
what was that called?
The maze. Yeah, what the fuck I was saying.
Something tunnels. Something tunnel. I don't know.
Yeah, the ones in Liverpool.
Yeah.
It comes like that. But yeah, obviously she is there with the Cybermen and the Daleks. So, it's obviously going places. But it looks like she's going to jump out a window and just pull out a fucking parachute.
I saw someone mention, it might have been Richard Lloyd on YouTube. I'm not quite sure. But so we saw that building that I said in our breakdown that looks kind of like the Empire State Building being blown up. I saw someone say that when in the shot of Ace coming down with the what's it called, parachute coming down, it looks like she's just jumped off that building before it's been blown off, and she's parachuting down.
That's what I thought.
So that'll be cool to see. I think the thing is,
where's Tegan then? Is she just in the... Or maybe she's got the other parachute and they just... It's not in the shot, yeah.
I think, like, there were so many big CGI shots in this trailer that I think they were almost used to hide what's actually going on in the story. Because we don't see a lot of the characters doing things. So I think it was kind of like, oh, we'll just show them all these massive CGI things, and then we can keep who's with who. Like, who's Vinda going to be paired with? Like, what all these other characters are doing. And they can just keep that close to their chest until the episode comes out.
What do you think of the whole 2 TARDIS things? Because I didn't notice that until you brought it up. And by the way, I've hardly heard anyone talk about it. It's kind of...
I think it's either Fugitive Doctor.
Uh-huh.
It's either the Master's TARDIS.
Who's got to be in it at some point.
Well, because one of those TARDISes has red stuff in the windows.
Right.
So I reckon it could be the Master's TARDIS. And it's like... He's trying to make it like Jodie's TARDIS, and that's why it's got the ha 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 on the front of it, maybe.
That does make sense.
But who knows? So yeah, I reckon it's either Fugitive, Master, or who knows? Like, who other Doctor. Whether it's a classic Doctor in some form coming back somehow, or it's fucking David Tennant. Like, who knows? It won't be David, I don't think, but who knows?
What do you think of the Master's role in the story?
Well,
I still don't know what the fuck's going on there.
Is such a good point, because that was my next question. Do you think the Master is going to be the main villain of the story, / who do you think the main villain of the story is? We've got Daleks, Cybermen, Ashad, the Master, maybe someone else. Who knows?
I think we're gonna get all those villains except for the Master kind of in the background, like we do with a lot of not even just Chibnall. Steven's done it heaps. Look at Time of the Doctor, for example. I think the Master must be, but like the opening shot of the Master is like one of them is with him with the long hair and like the beard and shit, and
Rasputin.
like, you know, like it's pretty. Bless you.
I apologize.
It's like, I don't know what's going on. It's almost like a massive amount of time's passed, and there have been pictures of Unit arresting him. So he's almost taken by Unit and then must escape, and then he seems to be up to no good. He's playing with Jodie a lot.
The thing is, though, there's a scene, like shots in the trailer of the Master in the TARDIS, and he sat down, and he looks very casual. Yeah. And I think that's... just
no beard either.
From shots, well, there's another theory I'll jump on with you about the beard theory soon. But, you know, you've got the Master sat casually, and then you've got the Doctor, and that's when she stood at the console, and she's like kind of just zoned out, and then Yaz with the gun, right? So there's 3 shots that put those 3 characters in that scene.
Yeah, correct.
And it looks, I reckon that's the Master. I think that's our clue. I don't think the Master's a villain here. I think the Master's like doing a warning, or maybe has some part as a villain, but whatever it is, like he's in there in the TARDIS telling them some information. You can tell the look on Jodie's face, she's getting information from the Master there. And I think it's going to be either to do with the Timeless Child or some other big storyline. Yeah, I don't think he's the main villain.
His line though, like, and the way he delivers it in the trailer when he says, "This is the day you get erased from existence." He seems very, almost like sincere and apologetic about something, almost. And
that's why. Is it a warning? You know,
maybe a little bit, because like, and then he makes a joke. It's like, that's a bit of a downer.
Classic Marvel writing.
Like, you know, but like, it's almost like he was almost making a joke to make the like less shocking, I guess. Like, he seems a bit sincere when he says it, but then obviously we've got the long fucking ass beard and the long hair. What's going on? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, the beard theory I've seen online quite a few times from different places. I know.
Yeah, it's something like that, yeah.
Definitely Crispy and Troy's podcast, who's there, I've spoken about it quite a bit. Yeah. There's a theory out there that so the Master that we see in Series 12 has like a bit of stubble. And then we see 2 versions of the Master in this story, one with no facial hair at all, and then one with lots of facial hair. Yeah. Are we about to see the Master, this incarnation of the Master, very early on, prior to Series 12 Master, and then he grows the hair, is Series 12, and then grows the hair even more, and maybe that's the main villain, is the long-haired Master.
He's clean shaved in the TARDIS.
Yeah, which I think there's definitely massive merit to that, but I also think it's going to make things a little bit confusing and more convoluted to be like talking to the Master and then like, oh, so you don't know about the Timeless Child yet, and think like I just think
a bit convoluted.
I think it's going to get a bit convoluted. I think that definitely could be the case, but it could be convoluted.
Can I just say, like, trailer alone, standout was Sasha. Like,
yeah, Sasha's great. When he does the
dude, so good. Good. That could look so cringy, but like he just nails it. Like,
so good.
I'm so keen to see him back. Like, he is such a great addition to the show. Like, he is great. Like, honestly.
So, do you think it's the Master, or do you think there's a bigger villain? Just a blunt answer. Quick answer.
I think it's the Master.
You think the Master's the main villain?
I hope there's a cool twist, but I think it must be.
I reckon there is a pun that is used so many times, and you've said it as well.
What?
An ace up Chibnall's sleeve. I reckon. I don't think the Master's the main villain. I reckon there's something else going on there. I'd love it to be Tecteun. I think that was like one of the big letdowns of Flux. Is she got some great scenes with the Doctor. Yeah. Killed off like that. Like I think Tecteun has the chance to be the next big bad.
Okay.
Like and I'd love to see Tecteun be the main villain.
Do you think?
I don't think she is. Just to put that.
Do you think old mate will rock back up the
old mate? Oh, old mate.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know who you're talking about.
The
Stephen Fry,
the villain. Yes, didn't he die? Yeah, so he died. No, the villains of the Flux.
The villains
like the Vanquishers.
Oh, what are they called?
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh man,
shouldn't they rock up again? They kind of they died, didn't they?
Azure
or something.
Azure, yeah. No, Azure Salim. That's one of the directors. Swarm,
that's it.
Swarm, and I think it might be Azure.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? I don't think they will rock up. I think
because they get.
I think they're done in Flux. I'd love to see them rock up and get a proper good ending, but I think that's them done.
You're the villain this time.
I'd also love the explanation of the universe being saved to be explained, like the universe is restored. I think the biggest thing is like
It's gonna happen.
they wanted to watch the universe go backwards and forwards. You remember how they were saying they wanted to watch it be destroyed and get undestroyed again and again? I think that's just going to be our headcanon thing where it's like, oh, they were in the process of restoring the universe and they got killed.
Yeah, we'll just ignore that flux tattoo.
Yeah,
the flux graffiti.
Oh, that we saw on set.
On the 60th. We'll just ignore that.
We'll ignore that. Who knows? Yeah. Man, who knows what's going on there? All right. So there's another theory out there. Mm-hmm. Do you know what? Have you heard of the looms, Connor?
It rings a bell.
Well, I'm surprised because probably not. Okay. The looms, I first heard of it a couple of days ago on Twitter.
Okay.
So there's a comic story with Peter Capaldi where there is Time Lords and they're in chambers. And these chambers are like harnessing the regeneration energy.
Yeah.
The Doctor in this trailer is in a chamber regenerating. We know that's not going to be her actual regeneration. Like, that's obviously not her actual regeneration. What?
Yes.
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 So I reckon, everyone reckons online that the Doctor could be in a loom, having her regeneration ability like taken away from her and applied to something else.
Yeah. Yeah, so that is definitely, you're right. Like, since the dawn of time when we got the first Coming Soon trailer was, that shot at the end. It was that classic shot.
Yep. Yeah.
I remember on the clips I would use that picture all the time because it was the only picture we've got of Jodie kind of regenerating.
Yeah.
There's definitely something going on with that regeneration energy. It's the power of the Doctor, man. The power is regeneration.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I reckon it's got part of the story there is them trying to steal her regeneration energy, right?
And the whole regeneration energy has got something quite big to do with the whole timeless child thing. It's the whole regeneration thing. So, I think it could be connected.
Next question. So, lots of rumours of more classic companions and some classic Doctors appearing.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any merit? Do you reckon we're going to see some classic Doctors and some more classic companions other than Ace and Tegan, of course?
I think it could be a 50-50. I could see it happening. I could see it not happening.
50 Doctor Who podcast.
50-50 Doctor.
50-50 Doctor.
Look, I could see it going either way. If there's none in there, I wouldn't be surprised. If there is, I won't be surprised. If it's the same with the 60th.
I'm exactly the same.
If Pete is in it, I won't be that surprised. If he isn't, I wouldn't be that surprised either.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it could go either way. I would love to see it, but I don't know if that will happen.
There's so many rumours out there, like, throughout all of the creation of Doctor Who, like, I remember Percy the Cat was going to be a companion in the Chibnall era. That was a rumour.
How did that not happen?
And I think this is another one of those rumours where we've not heard it from anywhere with merit. It's just one thing that everyone kind of knows about being a rumour.
Yeah.
But I'd also love it to be true. I could see it happening. Maybe it's just a scene or something, and they're not playing the Doctor. Like, I think it would be really funny if it's just like, just put this in your head, for example. Like, the Doctor runs into a shop and she's grabbing some supplies.
Yeah.
And then she's like, anyone got a Band-Aid? And then, like, 3 people put their hands up going, I've got one here. And it's like 5, 6, and 7 or something, right?
Yes.
But that's just an example. But you know what I mean? Like a little cameo like that just for a giggle. Yeah. I could definitely see that happening. But whether it will, who knows? Chibnall's comment that we talked about earlier in the show about, this feels like it's a good lead into the 60th. Maybe that was why he said that, was because, we've got these classic companions back, but also there is references to classic Doctors.
It's a bit of a celebration in itself.
Yeah.
I think so. Like, I know this is a fucking awful movie, but I don't know if you saw the 2016 Ghostbusters.
I did, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
But they have all the original cast play other characters.
I think that would be really funny.
Like, Dan Aykroyd's like a taxi driver.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they do stuff like that.
Because we're always trying to explain, like, why they look older. And it's like, just having them in it will be funny. And, like, maybe have a few lines in there that are, like, a bit tongue-in-cheek, Like
with Tom Baker being the
curator.
Yeah.
Another good theory I saw online: missing paintings. Who gets paintings? Curators. Maybe the old classic Doctors are tied into getting them paintings.
Wow,
that's a good theory. I think.
Do they just go like Tom Baker's home and like filmed him?
Him one at home. I love that man. He's so good.
Is that it? Are we done with Tom, do you reckon?
I don't think we'll see Tom and Who again because he's quite old now. But
does he still do Big Finish?
Yeah.
He still walks up to the mic?
It's crazy with that because they've apparently recorded like 4 or 5 years in advance with Tom for Big Finish. What? Like they're miles ahead. It's crazy.
Wild.
But yeah, I reckon this and maybe the 60th is like the last chance that we'll probably have to see Tom, and I don't think we'd ever get like a curator style scene with him. I think it would have to be like a one-shot cameo kind of thing.
That's what I think, yeah.
I think it's possible, but I think it's more likely we'll see 5, 6, 7, maybe 8.
I agree with that. I do think that I think the Day of the Doctor actually set up perfectly how you can do cameos from old Doctors and not really give a shit if they're
don't explain it. Don't worry about it.
If they're like old, like, and by the way, I didn't see a single person complain about it. Like,
it's
and
Tom Baker, man.
Who would, you know? Like, it was just such a beautiful moment. And by the way, I love how Tom was like, Stephen was like, you can't tell anyone. And then one person asked him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm in it. I think so." So it wasn't a surprise, but like for people who, I remember being in the film, people were like,
I think I was surprised. Yeah,
everyone was gasping, and I was like, "Fuck, I wish I didn't know that." But that'd be me gasping when I see oh my god, Peter Davis has got to be playing cricket. That'd be great.
That's the thing,
like Jodie runs across the cricket for like, "Sorry guys," and he's like,
and he's just there, and he goes,
"A nice lady."
He's like, "Get off the pitch," or something like that.
Jodie like gets someone out, and he's like, "That counts."
Yeah,
I love that.
Like just a silly one-liner from each of them throughout the story. I think that's the way to do it. I really love that.
And like, by the way, people could lean into that, being like, "That is the Doctor," but
yeah, like who knows?
You just never know. Like, you know, I guess there was like kind of that theory that like, you know, with Tom Baker's Doctor, it's like you go back and visit the old occasional few, you know, and it's like,
yeah,
they got a bit older. Who cares? Not me.
I'd really love to see that. Like,
yeah, me too.
My big things, and they're definitely things that are unlikely. Like, I'm more leaning on the fact that they're not in it.
Yeah, so what do you think?
Doctors.
Would you say they're in it?
I'm leaning on the fact they're not in it, but if they are, it's in these, like, what we've sort of been saying, like a small, maybe comedic scene or anything.
Yeah.
Or something. But I'd love them to be in it. That's like, if they're in it, then I'm going to love this episode no matter what. Like, it's going to put the biggest smile on my face. The other one, like, Classic Companions, there's a lot of rumors, and it's actually been in the paper a lot in the UK, that Mel's going to be back in the 60th. So I don't think she's going to be in this. Mel, you've not seen the Mel story yet, I don't think, Connor.
No.
But
I've heard of a character, but I can't put a name to a face.
What I would love, and he's super old. He's like, I think he's in his 90s. But yeah, Ian Chesterton. I would love to see like just a scene, like a couple of lines with him. Like, I just think that would be the sweetest thing to like end the story on or something. Like, I think that would be. I'm like kind of I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. Actually, like,
ladies and gentlemen, live on the air.
I think that would be.
Aidan crying.
Actually, like, I'm on the verge. I actually think that would be.
The gin, or are you
at
the
both.
Are you at the Power of the Doctors screen right
now?
I'm
crying. Well, maybe that's it though.
Is
like,
it the regeneration going on?
Imagine like Jodie just before she regenerates.
I
know. Imagine Jodie just before she regenerates, she sees Ian Chesterton, or like for some reason, and they have a chat. Like, that's gonna tear everyone up, right?
Who are you? I don't know who you are. Is that what you say?
But I just think it would be so sweet, and I genuinely really love to see that. I don't know if it will happen, but I think it would be one of the best ways to celebrate the show is bring back one of the only actors that knows it. There's also Susan. Who knows? Maybe we could get Susan, because Caroline Ford, she's doing well. She doesn't look her age at all. She's going strong.
Imagine if like Ian Chesterton went up to Doctor and she's like, "I'm sorry, I'm socially awkward. I know we used to be friends, but that was a long time ago."
That scene, have you read on Twitter what's come out in the latest Doctor Who magazine about that?
Crystal about his own cancer.
Yeah, and so that's what that's based off of. Is he felt like people felt awkward around him when he had cancer, and when he had to tell people he had cancer?
Controversially, I didn't like the scene per se, but I never really like. Not to say I haven't been affected by cancer. Of course, we all have. But yeah, I guess kind of like I was always like, okay, this thing kind of starts, but people went crazy about it.
Yeah.
So I guess like that actually does kind of make sense. And by the way, real life isn't like a TV show, so like that scene that kind of maybe was a little bit different to any other TV shows. Like normally when like real life is actually being portrayed on the screen, and it was kind of unorthodox, and that's kind of what life is. And conversation like that probably would happen.
I think all it needed for me was because that scene, fine, like do that scene if that's what you want and you want it to be like an awkward, people don't know what to say in those situations, that's fine. But she goes, oh, I'm just going to look at this console and I'm going to do this, and I'll I'll probably think of something in a bit that I probably should have said in this moment. Yeah. I think what would have been really sweet is like there's, another scene. I think it might be the scene where Ryan and Yaz are talking and they're like Ryan's like, oh, this can't go on forever or whatever. I like
that scene a lot.
Yeah, but then maybe what would have been good is after that scene for them to all be like around the console to have a chat, and then the doctor goes, Graham, like, I'm sorry, or like something just to bring it back to that. Like she has thought about it. I don't know. No, it doesn't really matter though. Now does it?
No, but it was a good comment, and I think that scene was what's that saying, that the way to heaven is the way to hell is paved with good intentions or something, like.
Right.
I think the scene was meant to be people watching it and go, that's so relatable. Like I've had that. But I think people took it the complete wrong way as a role model who they look up to, like we do as a doctor, as a beacon of hope who kind of just like shoot a man away who was worried about his cancer diagnosis coming back as, again. So, we'll get there one day.
We will.
When we review it.
Short answer, do you think we're going to see maybe Ian or Susan in The Power of the Doctor?
Oh, in Power of the Doctor, probably not. Maybe the 60th. Again, I'm like, I don't want to say yes, I don't want to say no, because like anything's possible.
Yeah, I agree.
We got to remember this is a 100th anniversary for the BBC. So I think they've got to do. Look, here I am saying they've got to do more than just bring back Ace and Tegan, but that might just be what they have done. Like, it very well might just be that.
And that's fine as well.
And that's fine. They might know they're getting their 60th next year, and they might be holding back some stuff for that.
But the thing is, and I've read like even more recently of this, that they really thought this could have been the end of Doctor Who forever. Well, not forever, but like,
for the time being.
An uncertain future, right? I think there is an element where they've gone, let's go balls to the wall, let's bring back, put in a scene of Ian. Like,
that would be awesome.
Classic Doctors, I'm like, probably, like, I'd love it, and I think there's a chance, but leaning more like 55% they're not in it, 45% they're in it. And then with Ian maybe being in it, I'm like 55% he's in it, 45% he's not in it. Like, I think there is a slim chance we could get Ian in it, and I'm holding on to that. I'd love to see that, man.
I think it's a good thing to, celebrate the show as, like it's a good way to kind of make it whole again. But yeah, I don't want to fall into that trap of theorizing and then going in, and getting a little bit underwhelmed when it could just be a good episode. But I'm like, I wish it had this and that, which is literally just my head going, it should have been this, when really it's just a good episode that maybe I thought could have had more cameos.
I agree.
Which is just fan service, let's be real.
But it's so annoying.
Which is so cheap, but we love it.
It's so annoying how much that hinders your first watch of an episode.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest, I probably will be disappointed if there's not like one more ace up their sleeve. Like if there's not one more little cameo or something, I think if it's a great episode, I'll still really enjoy it, but I think there'll be a part of me that's disappointed. Yeah, exactly. And then I'll rewatch, I'll get to enjoy it a bit more, like knowing that cameo is not in there.
Yeah.
Okay, last question.
Yeah.
And we've spoken about this endlessly on this pod before, but last chance to answer it. Okay. Who's Jodie Whittaker regenerating into?
Oh,
or are we cutting to black?
Good Q, as in question. Not Q as in Q on set. I would say... Oh, okay. Look, I don't think it's shooty. I think we're probably a little bit too soon in Shooty being announced, and I think they're doing like refrees for like fucking season 14 and stuff, and like I think they haven't even like sorted his costume out yet. I think they're trying that right now.
Who knows?
So obviously he will regenerate into Jodie's clothes. I don't think it's going to be Shooty. I think it's going to be David, but part of me does think we're just going to get a pan up or something. I generally think that might happen. I don't think we might even get David. Like, I
think we're getting something. I think they wouldn't have.
They wouldn't have not.
Well, maybe they would have cut to black because they were like, no, we don't want that scene spoiled at all. Right?
It would leak if Jodie or David were in it.
Yeah.
If they showed it, like, someone would have.
But even like, even her actual regeneration, like, even if it did just cut to black at the end of the regeneration, like, I think maybe they probably did want to keep that, and they were like, let's just hold on to that as long as we can until the actual episode. But yeah, I'm leaning more towards there is something else there, and that's why they've not shown it at the press screening. My gut says I think my gut says Jodie. My heart says David. I think
I'd be happy with either, to be honest.
I think David's most likely. But I think maybe that should be the other way around. My heart says Jodie, but my gut says David. Like, I think it's gonna be David, but I want it to be Jodie, because then it's like, holy fuck, like, what's going on? Like, what's David's involvement? How does that work?
I have a very...
Maybe there's more. We're so used to a regeneration. Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's right.
We're so used to a regeneration just being the Doctor regenerating the TARDIS crashes, title sequence. Maybe there is more than that. You know, like, they've said there was 10 minutes cut. That could just be a rounded up and down figure, which is a long time for a regeneration. First scene.
Yeah, it could be rounded, but
we are reading into stuff with this.
That is a long time.
But
yeah,
like, I think there is a chance that Jodie regenerates, and just the way that Doctor Who magazine was saying, like, you know, there's something big that Doctor Who's never done before, and that's what this next issue is going to be all about, or whatever. It leads me to think we are going to she's going to regenerate into somebody, but then there's also going to be something else that's either a plot that maybe is going to start to explain what's going on in the 60th. I reckon there's going to be another thread in that regeneration scene, more than just with regenerated titles.
I have a fat theory, actually.
Hit me with your fat theory, man. That's what we're here for. It's your last chance.
Which I think is very bizarre, but this could be something they were going for. It hit me the other day. What if David Tennant isn't playing the Doctor?
Oh.
I've heard David Tennant say on record, no one's guessed yet.
Yeah. He said that, yeah.
So I'm thinking, what if he's not actually playing the Doctor? It could fade to black and maybe, or just fade up and it goes to like an alternate universe. Or maybe Jodie regenerates into an actor that has not been shown to the public yet, who is the Doctor, and he/she/they are the Doctor for the 3 specials, and like David is the companion. But obviously they know that they had previously been this face, but here is a man walking around with said face, and there's Donna. This is wild. It's not going to happen, but what the hell? Why not?
What if Jodie regenerates into Donna? That's not going to happen. There's like her family's in it and stuff. That's not going to happen. But there's some other big twist going on, right? Like,
that could kind of happen.
There's something else. There's some fucking shit going on,
man. But I was thinking the other day, like, what if actually...
I'm so excited just thinking about this.
But what if he actually isn't the Doctor? Like, what if David isn't actually playing the Doctor anymore?
Yeah. What if, like, she regenerates into Jodie? And then like David walks in, and we've joked that like his TARDIS rocks up and he goes what? But what if he walks in
and he doesn't
and he's got like Scottish accent?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. He could have a Scottish accent.
Yeah,
I'm actually curious if anyone heard him talk, because I was like, maybe he have a Scottish accent.
Yeah, maybe there is something. Yeah. Oh man,
because it could be she could regenerate into Jodie, and the 60th could be the episode focuses almost on like, because like we've just seen TARDIS exterior shots. Like,
we've only seen one episode being shot as well of the 60th. That's really important to remember. There is 3 specials, and we've only seen one being shot.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Like,
bro, I'm getting shivers.
It could actually be like Jodie runs into David, who is his face, because we've done it before in Doctor Who heaps of times. Karen Gillan, Peter Capaldi, like. There was a huge thread about Peter Capaldi, like the whole plot line about it. That could be the Doctor running around, and then he runs into Donna, and he's like, "I know you." And it's like, "What? You know who I am?" It's like, "Who are you?" Like, it would explain a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since David, he might just be covering up, but he said no one's guessed yet, and he would have already heard like alternate universe 14. He's already said he's not the 14th Doctor.
Man, what is?
I think that
this
could
is
be
so
it.
exciting, right?
I think that it's very exciting. I actually do think there's a chance that he isn't playing. Everyone just assumed he's playing the Doctor because he did previously. What if he's not? What if he's not the Doctor?
And I don't hate that. Like, I
He
feel
could
like a
be
lot of people might hate that. I don't hate that at all.
I think it'd be kind of cool if he's just playing a completely different character.
We have seen him and Catherine getting into the like what?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Shooty could be in the. He could still be like having a gnarly regeneration. Like David had that in Christmas Invasion. You know how Donna just randomly became the TARDIS. Like they could do something like that with David's Doctor, and then he has no idea who Shooty is. Shooty does. He's like, "Who are you?" It's like, "I'm the Doctor." He's like, "No, I'm not." Like,
I reckon.
Get me to write this shit.
I reckon David's piloting the TARDIS, but yeah, who knows who he is? I reckon there's so many possibilities with this, and
he could be another Time Lord.
I think
it's not the Doctor.
I think I'll be disappointed, and once again, it'll be a thing where I'm disappointed on first watch. I'll rewatch it and enjoy it more. I think I'll be disappointed if we don't get our first tease as to what's going on in the 60th.
What do you think about a trailer, though? Do you think we get a bit of a trailer? A bit of a tease?
I think there's definitely a chance, because it was filmed a while ago now, so there's plenty of time for them to have just got some shots and put some temp grades on.
Killing me with this shit.
I think if we don't get... If it does just like go to title sequence and we don't see her properly regenerate, you know what I mean? Like we pan up or whatever, go to title sequence. I think if we do that, then we have to have a next time trailer or like coming soon trailer. But so it's either got to be for me a coming soon trailer, or we see her regenerate and get like the first scene of the Russell T Davies 2 era, right? Like one or the other. I think it'll be disappointing if they don't. And like, I'm sorry, like I know that kind of sucks to say, but that is just kind of how it is. Like,
it might just.
I'm sure the episode can stand on its own two legs.
No,
but
definitely.
Initial watch, it's so important that we see something from this era. I think for Doctor Who fans.
I think honestly, I don't know why it took me so long to even think of this theory, but I generally do think that he's not playing the Doctor.
I don't know. I'm probably leaning more towards he is
because I'd like him not to be. He said that no one's guessed it yet, and I've never heard anyone say that.
But what if like
not trying to be the guy standing out saying I said it first.
Hold on,
I did say it first.
What if he's playing like another version of the Curator, and Chibbers is being like, oh, it actually works really well leading up to the 60th. He's got his Curator classic Doctors in there, and then David's playing another older version. He's playing the Curator. Maybe I could see that happening. Like he is an older version.
Well, he had a Sonic as well, didn't he?
He did. So he's probably got to be the Doctor, right?
He's gonna have to be the Doctor. Did Time Lords have Sonics though? Because he could be another Time Lord who's not the Doctor though, and it's like they regenerated into.
I don't think that. I think that's too. I think that's too convoluted. Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
I reckon he's the Doctor.
But like he did, and look, he could just be saying this, but like
I'd love him
to say no one's guessed it yet.
I'd love him to be the Doctor. Maybe he's the Doctor in the far future. Same thing with the Curator, where you just put it off, and like Tom, I think he says like maybe. Eventually you'll revisit a few. Didn't say where the Curator is based in the numerical system, and it just puts off of like a thing where as long as the Doctor never dies in the final episode of Doctor Who, these Curators could be anywhere in the future of Doctor Who, and I think that's a great way of getting away with this kind of thing.
Well, technically that David Tennant Doctor could be in the whole Timeless Child bit, where the future Doctor didn't know who Jodie's Doctor was, and Jodie Doctor didn't know who the future Doctor was. So they could do that.
Who knows what they're doing, man?
So Nicole was watching The Simpsons the other night, Aidan's girlfriend. She messaged me. Well, she was Snapchatting The Simpsons, and I was like, obviously I'm a huge fan of it. I love it. I actually want to do a video. I was talking today about it to Aidan. I want to do a video on all the Doctor Who references in The Simpsons, because Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, have said that he's a fan of Doctor Who. So
who isn't at this point?
But apparently, Aidan's always like notoriously just like not hated, but just not gone into it.
Yeah, sorry, no. What's your question?
My question is, well, me and Nicole like Aidan sucks because he doesn't like Simpsons.
I do suck. But
by the way, it's fair enough that you don't. You don't suck for not liking a show, but apparently you laughed at a scene.
I don't not hate The Simpsons, man.
But I was like,
I've
never heard of you laughing at a scene, and I was like, oh, that's great. Like, I'm just glad you laughed at a scene from The Simpsons.
But the thing is, like, it's in a 20-minute episode of The Simpsons, I'll maybe laugh 2 or 3 times. Which I don't hate. Like, there's so many.
That's pretty good.
No, but like the best shows for me have me, and I won't be laughing the whole way through the episode, but like laughing in my head at shit. Simpsons, there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, I can take it or leave it. Like,
Yeah.
And I think it's a great show, like, for what it is. I just know that I'm not The Simpsons' target audience.
That's
and
fair
I'm
enough,
aware.
yeah.
Like, so I don't dislike the show for any reason of it being bad. It's clearly not bad. Like, it's had, what, like 30 seasons and a movie? And I don't know the later seasons aren't as good, but
Well, yes
it's got
and no,
to that.
but yeah.
It's got to that place for being a good show, at being good at entertaining, which is why we make shows. So I don't think The Simpsons is a bad show at all. And
I used to take it so personally, but like that point actually makes so much sense, and I actually respect that. And I can respect that. I can respect someone who like doesn't necessarily like a show, like it's not their thing, but they can respect that it is what it is, and it got there for a good reason. And
definitely,
I think that's kind of like I love it, and like I love it for my own reasons. But yeah, I really want to do that video. I've been doing a bit of research on it about like I just thought it'd be fun. Also, I said I'd do a video where I listen to this bad boy,
the vinyl,
in full, and give my. Now I finally got it.
Yeah,
I
now
can't
you can
call
do
Sandy up and be like, "Listen here,
you're not getting my fucking money,
dude." Literally, it's been like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, I'm so excited to get my Doctor Who things that I have ordered at the moment. I've got my Series 13 Specials Steelbook on the order. I've got my Series 2 collection box set, Season 2, don't out me in the comments, collection box set ordered, which I think is coming out like December is the rumored
Is that
date.
from that website you always go to?
Well, I'm leaning against Zavvi. I'm against Zavvi now. I think Season 2 I got at Zavvi because I ordered it there first, and then a few days there later I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't check Rarewaves, which is one I'd ordered from in the past, forgot about. Then Josh mentioned how good Rarewaves is.
I was going to say, you probably just ask Josh where they get theirs from.
Yeah,
Because,
well, they said Rarewaves, and I was
Right.
like, fuck, like, I got one of my old Steelbooks, my Series 8 Steelbook years ago from Rarewaves.
Right.
And I was like, they were really good, and it came really quick, and my 50th Steelbook. So I got my Series 13 Specials through Rarewaves, but my Series 2 collection set is from Zavvi because I think they were sold out on Rarewaves by the time I was like, oh, I should order it on Rarewaves. So I got those two, plus my third mystery item, which I've been teasing for literally 8 months on this show.
You know what? I was like
Dude.
convinced you would accidentally spill it just then.
No, but the day it comes is massive. I cannot wait.
I thought it was going to be this because I was like, is that the thing that... Did you get one for yourself?
What?
A mug?
No. But when it came, I was like, "Fuck! I should have got one for myself." Like, I was looking at it, and I was like,
"And here's your present." And it's just the vinyl, and you're like, "And I got myself this." Or just never showed me it. I would never have known.
No. Yeah.
Whoever did this company is fans of the show, so they actually took our logo. I was going to say, so do you and Josh not shop at like JB Hi-Fi anymore, which is like our HMV?
Well, I would love, even if I had to wait like a month longer to get the sets, I'd still shop at JB. But the thing is, the sets, they're not made in the same quality. So the steelbooks don't come as steelbooks anymore at JB. They come in normal Blu-ray packages with the steelbook artwork just on the paper sleeve, which is just shit. You get a steelbook because it's the shiny steelbook stuff, right? And then the collection box sets are in cheaper packaging at JB. I would still commit to them.
That's crazy. They changed packaging.
They're still good packaging though. Like, don't get me wrong. They're slightly cheaper packaging. Like,
you can notice.
It's a different design. Yeah, you can notice.
Yeah,
like, I can show you after the show. Like, they are very different. But it's like the same. It's the same look and everything.
I didn't know that.
I would be totally fine with getting them, but they come out like 3 to 4 months after they come out in the UK, and I'm like, my hype for these sets is everyone in the UK getting theirs, and they're so excited for them, and then mine, because it takes a while to ship, like they come like 3 or 4 weeks after, which is pushing it in terms of the hype still being there. But if I have to wait like 4 months and no one's talking about it by that point, it's like I just rather pay like $10-15 extra, get the really good one from the UK and be there for the hype.
Do you think we'll ever get to a point in our lives where Australia won't be behind the rest of the world?
Well, I think we've taken a back step. I bought my Series 11 Steelbook from JB Hi-Fi. I think I was with you when I bought it.
Right,
I bought my Series 11 Steelbook from JB Hi-Fi, whereas now, like, you can't get them. So it is weird.
I know, it's just like all these, like, even with like streaming, like the latest season of Bob's Burgers has like 3 episodes out, and we're still yet to get episode 1.
Yeah, right.
On Disney Plus, and it's so because I know Fox and Disney obviously have like a deal now because they're like the same thing, but like Fox will air the episodes and we'll get it on Disney Plus because we don't have Fox over here.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what day and age are we living in when we need to wait we're 3 weeks behind the US to get episode. When we get episode 1, US will be getting episode 4.
There's movies.
It's so weird.
My sort of favorite film critique podcast is Simon and Mayo's Take, and they.
Oh my god! I know what you're gonna say. Yeah.
Well, they're huge, like obviously big movie critics in the UK, like proper journalist critics, like that get invited to all the press screenings and stuff like that.
Like us one day.
They're way better than what we are.
We can do it too. Believe it.
I'm sure.
Believe it.
But I believe it. But you know, they're proper, like they're very like literature. They're really good at literature. You know, like the way they talk and present themselves is they are.
That's like us,
bro. We drink beers and get sloppy later in the show.
Eve of the Daleks was a masterpiece in my opinion.
But anyways, these guys, movies that they're talking about that I'm excited about because they've given good reviews for. I'll look at Grand Cinemas. I'll look at. He did give a good review for it. Mm-hmm. I'll look at Grand Cinemas, right? And the movies aren't coming out till like December, January here. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I genuinely think since COVID, we've taken a back step.
No, we haven't.
And I don't know how COVID affects that at all. I really don't know how that works. I'm sure there is a reason, but I really don't know why we're like getting months behind the movies.
It happens heaps. So I know like when Lighthouse premiered at Cannes, I was so excited for it. Came out on my birthday in America, and I watched it in February. So October. It came out October 17th in the US. I watched it in February.
It's crazy, eh?
And like literally, so a film I'm really keen to see is Barbarian, and I watched all the reviews like 2 months ago.
Yeah,
like,
right.
This is fucking sick. I can't wait to see this. Went on Grand Cinemas and like nothing. Just tumbleweeds, and then finally added it. It's like 20th October.
It's crazy.
And I'm like, wow, we really are quite behind. And I can't piece it together. I know there's probably some rights still, but like I don't get it.
I don't understand
why do we have
it.
to be so behind? Like surely for the product it's better when everyone's talking about it at once. Like,
well, everyone's talking about it, but then surely like if a movie's been out for 2 or 3 months, you're running the risk of pirating being an issue for that movie, right?
110%.
And so I really don't understand what's going on there. And I'd really love to see it amended. I don't know.
It's a weird thing, like with like when movies, like for example, Kim's dad paid for us to go see "Don't Worry, Darling" on Saturday.
Right. Yeah.
But I know that movie's not been performing well in the US, and that's a really big. You know, the press will instantly look at that as like because of the drama, and they'll go like, "Don't Worry, Darling" underperforms.
Yeah.
But then it's like, so you could have had the Australian box office as well, but no, you waited weeks for it to come out, and it only came out last week. I think I saw it on the second day it came out, and you know the cinema was practically full. I'm like, okay, this is clearly going to add money to the box office, but it's like, okay, so now you wait for the Australian box office to be probably okay, and it's like, okay, so now like it's like the opening figures for the US was terrible, but like maybe in the UK or in Australia where Harry Styles, for example, was like a huge reason why people go to see the movie. He's obviously massive in England and Australia. I'm like, so why don't you just release the movie at the same time? Like, it's kind of nuts. Like, it's crazy, bizarre. I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it too. I think it's
the
like,
worst thing ever when you hear when you hear a review that you really trust, like love the movie, and you're like, I want to watch this. You watch the trailer, I want to watch this, and you go and check it, and it's like, either it's months away from the release, or it's not even confirmed for any. I had that with Barbarian. I was looking at like, is anyone showing this? Like Luna, Grand for like weeks, no one was showing it, and now they're finally going to show it on the 20th. But
I think it makes no sense, and it's like, and I don't want to dive into this because we talk about this too much. I know a lot of people love these movies, but like the only movies that come out at the right time are like Marvel and like Disney movies, and it's like, God, the little guy is really suffering at the moment, I feel.
No, you're right, and that's because like they know how like quickly the old spoilers like I don't want to see Black Adam.
No, dude,
I saw the end credit scenes in my recommended today, and I know it now, and I'm like, when on God's green earth did I want this recommended? But I saw it, and that's why they do it, because they know that shit will leak quick as smart.
Yeah, exactly. So they want everyone, but also like, yeah, they're smart in terms of they're like, you know, everyone's gonna be hyped about this movie, so let's watch it. Otherwise, people are gonna pirate it. Yeah. Whereas, like, I don't know, maybe there's an element of movies that aren't that hyped. They can wait because the general public isn't gonna go out of their way to like pirate them and stuff. They'll just wait for them to.
But it got to the point where I remember when The Lighthouse, I was just desperate to see it, and I remember the Blu-ray got released in America, and you could buy it on Amazon, and I was like, "What is stuff I want to see in the theater?" And I saw it 3 times in the theater, but like at Luna in Leaderville, we saw the Dalek movies, a beautiful cinema. But I was just so close to just buying the Blu-ray and being like, "Okay, let's just get this over with because I want to see it." And I'm like, it's pretty nuts. Like I'm like, you got a market here, but we're kind of advanced in Australia, but also so behind. Like even the fact we get Doctor Who a day after is quite shocking to me.
Well, no, like the Doctor Who, I think it makes sense the way Doctor Who does it because
it wasn't always like it was a week behind before.
Dude, UK TV days, that was insane. But
that was like a year behind.
On ABC, we get it put onto the streaming service. I think it's the moment it finishes in the UK is when it becomes available in Australia.
Do they still simulcast it?
They don't simulcast it, I don't think.
I always get that word wrong.
But the air date on the actual network of ABC is at 7:30 on the following day, and I get that because making the premiere at like 5 a.m. in the morning on the 24th of October. How many people are going to be watching that? So
me.
Me, definitely.
Literally
so
me.
that I don't get the ABC iView 540p version.
Yeah. Well,
who are we complaining? We're watching it for free. Like we're very blessed.
I'm incredibly. I think ABC iView is literally it's crazy. They have like all the seasons of Broadchurch right now on ABC iView. Like just all you got to do is make an account. That's what you got to do, and it's
awesome.
free. So it's like literally a free streaming service to watch.
But please at least put it up to 720, maybe 1080, please, sometime soon. I'd really love to watch Doctor Who in HD when it's new.
I think when you put it on do you stream it on your TV or you just watch it?
Yeah, I think ABC is notoriously 540p.
Probably.
I think it is. What were you going to say?
I know when you stream from like your phone to the TV, you can mess with the quality a little bit.
I go direct through my TV, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I normally do. But I've already told Kim that shit's... Because she was like, can I watch the trailer? And I was like...
For Power of the Doctor?
Yeah, I was like...
What?
I was like, okay, all right. Because, well, like, we've been watching Broadchurch, and it's Chris Chibnall and Jodie's in it. So she was kind of intrigued, and she was like, wake me up on the day. We'll see if it happens, but she was like, wake me up on the day. I was like, okay.
Interesting.
I'll watch with you.
Interesting.
But I'm getting that camera out for the last 5 minutes, getting my...
Yeah, I might do. I'll see how I go. Maybe we can like cut between us, like crying.
That's a good thing. If we're not, if we're not at work, I can literally edit that and get it up.
Yeah, I'll take the day off if you have the day off. But you let me know how you go with your work because my work is relatively easy for me to take a Monday off.
Not to be boring, but like, so I had Monday's my birthday, so
I'm bored.
Take it off. And then I've been at TAFE for 2 weeks, and I'm like, if I say I want the Monday off, it might. But again, I'm a free man now. I'm not an apprentice. I am an apprentice for another day, technically. But I wanna focus more on YouTube. And by the way, what a day to focus on YouTube.
Could you get away with a half day? Could you work the morning and get the afternoon off?
Look, there's something I want more than to fucking leave.
Well,
trust me.
I'm not going to force you to do anything that you don't want to do. You do what's best for you.
Look.
But yeah, just let me know because I'll work around what you're available with.
Imagine if I was like, didn't quite finish TAFE, Dad. I'll take the Monday off for my birthday, but I'll go back to TAFE on the Tuesday. Little does he know, I'm watching Power of the Doctor, filming my reaction, editing it, and coming here and film with you.
Film a review.
And then getting back home and being like, oh, what a day, but it's done.
Seems like a good note to end on, right?
I'll be at work tomorrow.
I love it.
Cheers, Aidan. Thank
Cheers,
you for
mate.
my amazing presents, by the way. Everyone's been so kind to me.
Okay, let's do the wrap up. We've got to give, as we did last time, we did a 50% chat episode. What would you rate this episode? Because we usually obviously rate the episodes we review, but this is only the second time that we've not actually reviewed an episode on the show. What would you rate this episode that we have just made?
I'd say that maybe like a 7.5, 7.75.
Let's go 7.5. I'm going to knock you in as 7.5.
I feel bad now. Is that too low?
No, I'm going to give it a 7.5 as well. Which means we have to do the fist bump because it's the same score. There we go.
We got it. Good. Wow, so we actually got the same. Is that why you changed it to 7.5 because it wasn't the same as yours?
Well, I didn't really know. I just think 7.5 is probably good. I think that's a good score. I think
I'm Trump right now. I'm like, you rigged the polls.
I've rigged the polls. I'm Trump.
So we could do the old...
Just to do the old... That's it, man.
Ow.
Did I hurt? I'm just so strong. I don't know my own strength.
Have you been punching a punching bag? The old getting ready for a boxing fight?
I just...
Would you do YouTube boxing?
Would I do YouTube boxing? Dude. Me versus you, imagine.
No, I tell you what.
Imagine me and you, like UFC.
I mean, it would be funny, but also I feel like we just get angry. Like, we've already fallen out in the past, which this story will be explained on the 200th episode.
200th episode.
You know, we don't want to start any more beef.
We'd have to do like FIFA.
Yeah. Okay, come on. I got Perth Glory to. Here's the thing.
Dude, you got to see what I'm doing with United at the moment, man. And I know United's a good team, so it's probably
I'm playing as a 1.5-star team. I'm playing as a 5-star team.
My ass.
I chatted shit on holiday saying that no one could beat me at FIFA, and Mitchell, who doesn't play any games, beat me, and I had to buy a round, and it was like humiliating.
If I had a controller, I'd go up there right now and verse you. Do you have 2 controllers at your house?
Yeah.
Guess what we're doing on your birthday?
Okay.
I'm going to take you on a FIFA at some point.
Okay.
And I'm going to lose. I hope you know that.
I'll verse you. Who are you going to play as?
Can I play as United just because that's
so
all I played as?
Versus Perth Glory?
You can be whoever you want. You can be City if you want, or something that's a bit more United's league.
This was a mistake I made with Mitchell, because I was like, you can play as like a 5-star team, I'll play as Glory. And I think I got 1 goal and he got 3. So
right. Well, we'll see. You'll have the answer of that in next week's episode.
That would be hilarious. I wonder if we could put that up as like a Patreon exclusive.
When we have Patreon,
I can record the screen. I can record us playing.
And do silly content like that. All right,
yeah,
guys. Thank you so much. If you're still listening at this point, we've had a few drunk episodes and it's been fun.
What? How long have we filmed for?
Almost 2 hours, I think. But yeah, subscribe at the 50% Doctor Who podcast YouTube channel, where you can see our lovely faces, little clips of the episodes, and it is a big thing for us sort of taking this podcast forward, is making the YouTube channel successful. We've got plans in the future, and a lot of it is to do with pushing that YouTube channel forward. So please subscribe to that if you haven't already. Join the conversation at Twitter and Instagram at 50Doctor. Oh my god, I wanted to say this at the start of the show, man.
Yeah.
But once the Power of the Doctor airs, you've got about a 12-hour period before we record the episode. I'm going to put up a tweet asking for people's reviews, and Conor will post straight away, even before you watch the episode, man. Yeah. Just put it up there.
And not look at what people say.
Yeah, exactly.
David Tennant's cameo was great.
So on the 50 Doctor Twitter and Instagram, we were going to ask for your guys' reviews for you guys to write there. Also, if you have the Anchor app, you can send in an audio review, 30 seconds max. We don't want any overly long ones. I'll cut you down.
No exception.
Connor's been...
He's been cut down 10 minutes.
I cut down every second word Conor says.
That's 20 times 30 seconds.
Well done. So you can send it through that, or you can send it to our email, which I think, because it was the YouTube channel...
You have an email?
Well, you have to have an email for the YouTube channel, right?
Did we get emails?
No. Well, we got one. We got one lovely fan email once.
Yeah,
that was really lovely.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah, from the US of A. Anyways, greenie.who@gmail.com. So that's greeny.who@gmail.com. Greenie's my nickname.
It's on the text right here.
It's not on the text. I'm not going to edit that in, but it'll be in the link in the description.
Like 10 seconds, you lazy twat.
It'll be in... No, but I've got to look for that specific point when I'm editing.
Oh, Lord,
it will be in the... You don't have to watch... I used to watch, like... When we did these episodes for 2 hours, I used to do this whole thing, and it would take me like 5 hours to edit. But now...
Well, how do you think I find the clips? I listened to the episode.
Yeah, I listen back afterwards, but when I'm you can listen whilst working and doing things. When I'm editing, I have to be sat at a computer going stop, start.
Yeah.
I don't listen to the full episodes when I'm editing anymore. And that's why I missed a sting, actually, in the newest episode.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, well, luckily it still played through the computer, but it wasn't in like the full... full volume that it normally would be. It just got picked up from the mics from the computer.
Also, there's 2 minutes left this episode. You can just literally go, oh, I mentioned that literally the last 2 minutes. So
for fuck's sake. Okay, maybe I did. No, I'm not going to, because it'll be funny if I don't.
Here, Aidan's a lazy
But I will. It'll be our actual email will be in the description below if you want to send in your thoughts, either through an audio message, 30 seconds, or through an email, just like written. You can do that as well, because we'd love to get your thoughts, and we will read out
no hate mail.
Every single one on the show. Send us hate mail if you want.
Yeah, go on, send us some hate mail.
I've been Aidan.
I've been Conor. tweet me happy birthday at Hannah Conor on Twitter. Otherwise, you're not a fan.
That's right.
First.
Next week is the Power of the Doctor.
Oh my god!
I cannot wait
All
for
these
it.
Questions will be answered.
I'm so excited for it,
too.
man. Hype level out of 10?
Oh, it's solid 8.
Yeah, I reckon I'm probably like 9, maybe close to a 10.
I'd say a good 8.
This is the most excited I've been. I was pretty excited at the start of Flux. I'll say that. But it's definitely like the 3 times I've been most excited. Let's go 4. 4 times I've been most excited in the Jodie Whittaker era. 1, Woman Who Fell to Earth. 2, after O's reveal in Skyfall Part 1. I was like, oh, this is going to be crazy. 3, start of Flux. 4, this. And I think this is like, it's definitely higher than Series 12. I'm very hyped is the bottom line here. I can't wait for it. I hope I cry. I hope you guys cry. And I hope everyone enjoys it. I really hope it's a good send-off.
Okay, one thing. Are you a germaphobe?
Not really. It depends on what it is. But
Okay. Can I take a swig?
Yes.
Is that going to happen to me?
No, you can have a swig of gin.
It's my birthday,
You want to have straight gin.
Well, it's my
Have a
birthday
swig of-
and I hate gin, so I got to do the old...
You got to have a swig of my gin.
I'm not going to smell it because I know that'll turn me off.
Yeah, all right.
Alright.
I don't think gin smells that bad. It's not like vodka.
To me
Okay.
it does. I told you I had that awful night where I had...
Do you want a swig of it with tonic?
I thought it'd be funny if I just drank from
Okay,
the
have
bottle,
it
so you could
straight.
Put that in like not the fun that we could be like
Yeah,
watching the episode
still.
and it's just me drinking from a fucking bottle.
Okay, there you go.
I
Go
care
on.
about the audience.
All right, you do that, and then I'll go, whoa,
Yeah,
for the
go
photo.
on.
Right,
All right.
ready? 3, 2, 1. Whoa!
Not as bad as I thought.
Gin's great, man, and that's straight. So you mix it. Do you want a swig of it with tonic?
Yeah, I'll try it with tonic.
Have a swig with tonic, mate. It's really good. It's the way to go in the future. I know you're not a fan of gin, so the same joke we make every week. Oh, he doesn't like it with tonic. Maybe you'd enjoy it with Sprite or something more sugary.
No, I just don't think I like gin.
Really?
Nah, man, I just can't do it.
Gin has changed me, and it's been so much better because I can drink it with sugar-free.
No, I respect that,
Tonic,
but
so
fuck,
it's
that's
like-
awful. I'm sorry, but I'm glad you like it. But Christ on a bike. Yeah.
Let's wrap up the show. Twitter and Instagram after the Doctor, YouTube channel, 50% Doctor Who Podcast, YouTube
Have
channel.
fun,
Send
my
in all your
brother.
reviews. Tell Conor happy birthday. I've been Aidan,
I've been Conor.
and I hope you enjoyed the Power of the Doctor. 7:30 p.m. BBC and ABC, or you can stream it on ABC iPlayer or BBC iPlayer. ABC iView, BBC iPlayer.
It's
Conor, okay, straight into the song. No warning. Let's go.
And
Connor's podcast. We're doing Doctor
We
Who
still mess up the
reviews
fucking lines, jeez.
for Power of the Doctor 2. Way. Was that good?
Yeah.
You happy?
Happy's not the word I'd use.
Are you sad?
No.
Are you indifferent?
What does that mean? Like
Like
feeling
you're
a bit
just
different.
No, you're like in the middle. You're like, oh, I'm not happy. I'm not sad. I don't give a fuck. You're kind of like Ryan every time he acts.
Yeah, I feel like everyone could be better, but yeah, I'm doing okay.
You're
when
like-
I get tomorrow out of the way, I'll be good.
You're like,
Will I qualify? You'll find out
Doctor,
soon.
I've got a YouTube channel.
Doctor,
This is me acting.
I can't believe you're dying, Doctor. Yeah, no wonder they're bringing Ryan back. He would have been like, "You're dying, Doc."
Doctor, you're dying. I'm so sad. I am Ryan Sinclair.